Imagine yourself standing at the edge of greatness, ready to start a journey that will secure your place among the most influential people of our time. But as you look ahead, you find your path blocked by a towering shadow, the huge legacy of someone who came before you, whose achievements have already left a lasting mark on history. In such a situation, what separates the truly exceptional from those destined to remain unknown? Robert Greene's masterpiece, The 48 Laws of Power, offers a guiding light in the form of Law 41, a powerful collection of strategies for escaping the chains of the past and forging a legacy that shines brighter than even the greatest of those who came before. The suffocating weight of legacy. When the mantle of power is passed down to you from someone who has achieved remarkable success or fame, the burden on your shoulders becomes immense. As Greene eloquently states, what happens first always appears better and more original than what comes after. Their accomplishments have already set the bar impossibly high, and to surpass them, you must essentially accomplish twice as much, a feat that demands superhuman effort and determination. This constant comparison to the greatness that came before can be suffocating, making it difficult, if not impossible, for you to project your own presence and establish your own identity. You risk being perceived as a mere imitator, doomed to forever dwell in the shadow of their achievements, no matter how hard you strive. The historical example of Louis XV, the great-grandson of the legendary Sun King Louis XIII, illustrates this burden vividly. While Louis XIII had transformed France into a leading European power through his unwavering leadership and vision, his successor, Louis XV, wasted this inheritance, succumbing to inertia and a life of pleasure. The weight of his grandfather's legacy proved too heavy, and instead of reinvigorating the realm, Louis XV allowed it to descend into disarray, ultimately paving the way for the French Revolution. Strategies to break free. To overcome this formidable challenge, Law 41 offers several powerful strategies to help you escape the chains of the past and create a new order, a fresh way of doing things that allows you to establish your own unique identity and leave a lasting mark. 1. Psychological reset. The first step in this arduous journey is to start from ground zero psychologically. You must actively put down the past and the predecessor's legacy, criticizing what came before so that you can chart a new, unencumbered direction. This strategy of belittling the past can help stir up resentment against the overbearing presence of the predecessor, fueling your drive to establish a distinct identity and carve out your own path to greatness. 2. Establish new symbols. To reinforce this psychological reset and make it tangible, you must physically show your difference from the predecessor by establishing a distinct style, rituals, and symbols that set you apart from the traditions of the past. This could involve rejecting traditional palaces, attires, or practices associated with the previous regime, replacing them with new symbols that embody your vision and values. Louis XIV himself understood this principle profoundly. He rejected the traditional palace of the French kings, the Louvre, and instead built the Palace of Versailles, creating a new center of power that symbolized his reign's departure from the past and the establishment of a new order. 3. Seek vacuums. In your quest to escape the shadows, it is crucial to identify areas or domains left relatively empty or unexplored by your predecessor. By occupying these vacuums, you can become the main figure without direct competition from past shadows, allowing you to shine as the sole luminary in an uncharted territory. Pericles of Athens masterfully employed this strategy, aligning himself with the city's democratic elements, a space left relatively untouched by the aristocratic politicians of his time. By positioning himself as the champion of the common people, Pericles carved out a niche, establishing his own identity and path to power without directly confronting the legacies of his predecessors. 4. Constant reinvention. Even after establishing your own identity and unique path, you must never allow complacency to set in. Instead, Continuously reinvent yourself and your approach, constantly pushing boundaries and exploring new frontiers. Just as Alexander the Great did when he pushed beyond his conquest of Persia to forge new realms of influence in India. The legendary artist Pablo Picasso exemplified this principle, constantly shifting his artistic style and challenging conventions. By refusing to become a caricature of his past successes, Picasso ensured his legacy would transcend any single period or movement, cementing his place as one of the most influential and innovative artists of all time. The primal father-son rivalry. At the core of Law 41 lies the exploration of the psychological dynamics between fathers and sons, and the unconscious motivations that drive the son's desire to surpass the father's achievements. The law delves into the often hostile and ambivalent attitudes that sons harbor towards their fathers, stemming from a primal need to break free from paternal domination and establish their own supremacy. Examples like Alexander the Great's deep-seated dislike for his father Philip and his relentless drive to eclipse Philip's conquests illustrate this primal rivalry. The law suggests that this impulse to slay the overbearing father is essential for the son to create his own world and escape the crushing weight of the past that threatens to crush his individuality and ambition. Greene draws parallels between this desire to surpass the father and the Freudian Oedipus complex, seeing this rivalry as a symbolic manifestation of the unconscious wish to overcome and metaphorically castrate the father. A primal impulse rooted in the human mind played out countless times throughout history. Yet, one must remain eternally vigilant, lest the traits and values of the father one rebelled against creep back in with age. Mao Zedong, who initially rejected his father's emphasis on manual labor over intellect, found himself unconsciously echoing those very outdated values later in life, a mistake that cost his regime dearly. This psychological dimension adds a layer of depth to the challenge of escaping the great predecessor's shadow, reminding us that the battle is not merely external, but an internal struggle against the ghosts of the past lurking within our minds. The path to greatness. By understanding and applying these profound insights from Law 41, you can better navigate the immense challenges of following a great predecessor and forge your own path to power and success. Unburdened by the shadows of the past. Through a psychological reset, the establishment of new symbols, the exploration of uncharted territories, and a commitment to constant reinvention, you can transcend the burden of legacy and leave an enduring mark that outshines those who came before. Make no mistake, this journey is fraught with psychological and practical obstacles at every turn. But for those possessing the courage, determination, and clarity of vision to embrace Greene's strategies, the rewards are immense. The opportunity to etch your name into the annals of history, not as a mere footnote to others' accomplishments, but as a trailblazer who defied the chains of the past and forged a new path to true greatness. Brace yourself, for the trials ahead are formidable. But with an indomitable spirit and Greene's wisdom as your guide, you possess the tools to confront the specter of the great predecessor and emerge victorious, bathed in the glory of your own making. Now, something important. Make it a daily habit to learn something truly beneficial that enhances your life. Remember, the content you feed your mind is like nourishment for your brain. Be deliberate in your choices. Otherwise, be wary. Algorithms are often crafted to manipulate your thoughts. Reflect on that. Now, we're excited to announce that we're now welcoming contributions through subscriptions to aid our upcoming projects and bring you exceptional content. Join us by subscribing today.